Hello guys and welcome to my channel. I know that I promised that I will make a video about the flashing, about how I flash Xbox 360 game console, but because at this point of time, at this period of time, I'm quite busy because I just changed my workplace and I'm still getting used to the new place. So that video, I will post it definitely, but it will be a bit delayed. So sorry for that, guys. I definitely post it as I promised. But meantime, a few guys were asking me what kind of tools I use to flash the Xboxes. Uh, so in this video, I want to share you the tools which is normally used for the flashing. And actually, these tools which I will show you here. They're for all the fats, like fat Xboxes, the slims, or whatever, So they're like universal, and there's not much of them. So I will start with the first thing. It's the wire, because sometimes I use the wires which are inside the chips, like this one. But normally I like to use this MGTF wire. It's very thin and it's very easy to work with. I actually love the wire. It's not that easy to remove the isolation of it. Just uncover the copper wire, but when you get used to it, that's perfect. So of course I didn't put it on my table. I have my wire cutters. These are the ones which were coming with my 3D printer, one of my 3D printers, and I really love it. This tool is very handy just to remove the isolation of these wires, or sometimes I just use a lighter just to burn the tip of the wire, and then I can solder it. So the next thing is a soldering alloy. This is the one I use. It contains 60 silver and 40 plumbum. So just a regular one, and I really like that it's not that thin. It's let me check again. It's 0.7 millimeters thick, so it's kind of nice to work with. So those are the basics. Then I like to use the Amtech Flux, which is really great. I always use Flux because otherwise, I like to make like really nice soldering balls, because otherwise, if you don't use Flux, you'll see like some kind of spikes coming out of the place where you're soldering. So this Flux definitely helps me out a lot, and I have some spare ones when this one ran out. So yeah, I definitely love this Flux, and actually I don't think it's even original. I think that this is a clone copy or something like that, because I ordered that one from AliExpress, and it was really cheap. Like I ordered a batch of them, and yeah, for I don't know, maybe 10 euros or something. This one is perfect. So if I will find the links I used, I will definitely post them under the video, so you can buy that stuff. The next thing is I will just put those three aside because that's a bit different story. Of course, I use the mod chips, and this one is also the clone of Xbox Ace V3. It kind of has some scrapping off security numbers or something like that, but I don't think they will work. I didn't even check. But those mod chips are the far best, perfect. So these mod chips are the best I tried, because in the beginning, when I started to work with Xboxes, it was like 10 years ago or something, I was using the executor products like Cool Runners, DG Access, and blah 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 and stuff like that. And those were the rubbish. Believe me, I don't know why, but they were expensive, but they were rubbish. The glitching times were like ages, you know. With these ones, I can manage to glitch Trinity or Corona or whatever motherboard in like, I don't know, 1, 2, maximum 3 clicks. So these mod chips are far the best ones. So coming down to the programmer's side, I have this DIY SD card adapter, which I have soldered wires in, and in the end of one wire there's a resistor. If I remember correctly, it was like 10 kiloohms or something like that, but if I'm not right, you can check the marking. So this adapter helps me to dump NAND from Corona motherboards, the ones who are like 4 gigs. So because if you're dealing with Trinity 4 gig one, it still has NAND. So you don't need to use that. This adapter comes handy only when you're using the when you're dumping and flashing Corona's NAND. So yeah, because previously I also had something bought for like genuine products and things like that, but I don't know, I just didn't like them, so I created this DIY adapter, and it's like always with me, and it's working perfect. Also, to read the NAND, not all card readers will work. I don't know for what reason, but I'm using this one. It's also very cheap. Cheap SDMC adapter, USB 2.0. It comes from China, AliExpress, but it's always working just fine. I never had any problems with those adapters. So this one is must have for me. I really love them. They're cheap, but I use them all the time, not only in flashing, but just in my regular life, you know, just to read the SD cards and stuff like that. So these ones are perfect. I will definitely try to find them and put a link down in the descriptions, because they're really good. Okay, then of course I have my programmer. It looks quite terrible because I used it a lot, and I had this stock wires, like stock connectors, and the wires started to fall off of them. So I started to what I did is just solder the wires directly. And yeah, soldering doesn't look too good because the wires were kind of thick and they're really next to each other, but it works. So that's the only thing from Executor which I really like. It's an Nandex. Yeah, so it works really well. It's like a 2-in-1 programmer. What I have here, some pad. So it can program your chips with this header. For example, if you're using the ACV3 chips I mentioned before, so on Trinity motherboards or on fat consoles, so you definitely want to program them, because they come pre-programmed for Corona motherboards, but not for the Trinities or whatever, you know. So you have to program them, and this programmer is kind of handy. And on other side, I have the wire harness, which comes directly to the Xbox motherboard. Just to, so I solder directly the wires, and after that I start the dumping procedure with a PC software called GRunner. This programmer, if you'd ask me, would I buy it like today or not, I would probably say no, because there are a few faster ones. I don't remember the names of them, but yeah, I saw that they're dumping really fast memory from consoles, but this one is quite slow. So, for example, just to make 2 backup copies, I have to wait like, I don't know, 5 to 6 minutes or so. It's not that fast, but I don't want to change it because it works. So it just works. So yeah. So this is about the programmer. Of course, I have my tool set. This is the very nice set. You have a lot of Torx, Phillips screwdrivers, etc. So everything is magnetic. So the bits holes are holding there with the magnets. This we also have another row on another side. So yeah, this one is very nice, and you also have this nice aluminum case. I'm trying to hold the phone with my hand. Yeah, so it just goes inside and just snaps in. Perfect. It was around 10 euros or something, or maybe 12, 13 or something like that. So I have another screwdriver which I also use. I like when screwdrivers have this rotating end of it, so it just goes very good in your hand. So these are my 2 must-have tools for the Xboxes, PlayStations, or whatever consoles. And I have my soldering iron. It's a Hakko T12. At this moment it's disassembled because here it is, the controller of it. And this is my power supply converter, because I'm using the laptop's power supply for it, but it's like 19 volts if I'm not mistaken, and I ordered now the more powerful one for 24 volts, so it will be heating more fast than it's now. So anyway, I also had this small case printed. Obviously it will be not enough because the power supply order will be a lot bigger. So at this moment I'm printing the new case for it with my 3D printer. By the way, it's CR10 from Creality, heavily modified, also almost nothing left from it. But it's totally another story. If you want to hear that about this printer, you can write me in the comments down below, and I will try to tell you about everything else. So and of course now we come to the PS3 side. I know that nowadays you can flash the PlayStation firmware without any programmers. You can just go with the software, but the one thing I want to tell you is that it's really risky, especially if you don't dump the NOR or the NAND from your console, because for example, if you kill Xbox 360 with a wrong, like you don't have copy of your NAND and you kill it, there's always way how to resurrect it. I've done it before. I even converted Corona 4 gig to 60 megabytes flash. It's all doable. But if you kill PlayStation 3, then there's no way back. So if it's killed, it's killed, because the EEPROM, like not EEPROM, sorry, NOR memory, it holds the CPU keys like GPU keys and Syscon, if I'm right. Syscon is a power controller, so all those keys are in that NOR flash. So if you kill them, if you lose your flash, then it's end. So that's why I even nowadays I use flasher. So this is the E3 flasher. With it I always dump the memory. Sometimes I use clip. I don't know where it is at the moment because I didn't use it lately. Normally I use this one. This is the add-on for E3 flasher. It just plugs with this side here, and all those wires go to the motherboard. I know it's some time to solder them. It takes time, I mean, but this is 100% clean flash without any glitches or something like that. So that is 100% clean dump, and clean flash. With a clip, you always can get a bit messy, because sometimes it reads, sometimes it disconnects, and that's not the best way, in my opinion. So this one is 100%, and this one is it's like a classics. The PS3 jailbreak started from this dongle. With the E3 flasher, I use it with the E3 flasher just to downgrade the firmware to 3.55 if it's possible on consoles which are downgradable. But yeah, it's like a piece of classic, but it's still working. So this is it about the tools I use. Not much of them, as you can see, so everyone can can buy those tools and flash their Xboxes or PS3s or whatever consoles. So thank you for watching, and before I say goodbye, I would like to show you some of my collection, which is here. There are a few gaming consoles, quite a few. So I have N64, 3 pieces of PS1, Nintendo Wii, all sorts of handhelds, PlayStation 3. There are like 3 pieces of PlayStation. There's the fat one, PlayStation 2. There are like 2 slim ones. I have something like a China copy of NES. 2 Xboxes, one is downstairs. Sega. So I have some gaming consoles in my collection. I also have like 5 or 6 of them downstairs, like PS3, PS4, PS3, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, Nintendo 2DS, the new one, the last one, 2DS XL. So if you want to hear me saying something about those consoles, how they get in my collection and what I do with them, and how I hack them, or how I just mess with them, write me in the comments down below, and thank you for watching, guys. See you in my next video. Bye.